It is unpopular opinion time. So yeah, as you guys have seen, I will be giving my own personal, maybe unpopular opinions about Roblox trading in this video. A lot of stuff related to just how RollyMons handles values, items in of themselves, and most importantly, also the black market in Roblox. Before this video begins, I would like to ask you guys to give your own personal unpopular trading opinions down here in the comments, because I would be very curious to hear them. No matter if you think they're stupid or whatever, I just really want to hear what you guys think. So first of all, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro, I feel like rare items are much cooler to own than like regular demand items, regardless of, I don't know, like how well or badly these items are doing in trades. Owning an item with less than 100 copies is such a cool feeling. Like just the thought that you own something that, you know, like 99.99% of the rest of the entire Roblox community does not own is a cool feeling, you know. It is nice, but that is probably just because I personally really like to collect these, you know, rare items. If I could, bro, I would genuinely love to own every single Roblox rare item. Now for my second opinion, I feel like RollyMons value changers, they should not be allowed to like publicly bash or praise items like consistently, considering not only the fact that they are like a relatively big influence to, you know, values, considering they are literally the people who manage these values, but also the current state of the entire Roblox trading scene, which of course you guys already know, the entire fake hype thing. This entire economy is currently based off of the fear of missing out on a quick buck. So for you to publicly bash or praise items as a value changer, that tends to have a little bit of an impact on the market. Because, you know, think with me here, if regular users were able to manipulate multiple items a few months ago, imagine what these value changers could do if they wanted to. And also, by the way, that also applies to owning item servers. I genuinely do not think that any value changers should be owning any item servers, because that counts as item praising. Now for my third opinion, which still goes over RollyMons, I feel like RollyMons does indeed have a lot of issues with how they handle, you know, item raises, item drops, or just values as a whole, but I still believe it is much better for us to have RollyMons rather than nothing. The personal problem that I have with RollyMons is that people use RollyMons as the ultimate value decider. They don't use RollyMons as a reference of what to ask for an item. They use RollyMons religiously. They use RollyMons proofs religiously. That is the problem that I see with RollyMons. RollyMons is a monopoly, and there is no one who has been able to beat this monopoly in recent years. So yeah, in my opinion, the problem is not RollyMons existing, but the fact that RollyMons is a monopoly. Now for this fourth opinion of mine, this one may not be unpopular. I feel like a lot of people have this sentiment, but I feel like trading is only worth a shot when it comes to like specifically making profit when you have over 1 million Robux to spare. Otherwise, everything is just way too slow paced. You can sometimes spend days just looking for extremely small value wins. Then like, what's the purpose? You know what I mean? So, you know, it really hurts for me to say this, and I'll make a video dedicated to this entire point, but I would say that you would be a lot better off learning any game development skills such as building, animating, scripting, etc. Which, you know, I don't really do, but hey, I'm a YouTuber and I'm a trader. Hey guys, welcome to my world, you know? Now for my fifth take. I feel like there are many rare items that deserve like 2 times, 3 times their current value, but rares overall, they are not as good as they could be just because of the very big lack of Roblox limited collectors. Don't get me wrong, I see a lot of people who like to collect, I don't know, rare items or cool cereals for limited unique items, but what I'm talking about here is like very rich, very big Roblox limited collectors, and I can genuinely only think of like 2 of these collectors, those being Spartan Holdings, who currently has over 200 million solely in rare hordes and whatnot, and also Sporactus, who collects very big rare items. So for me, this take just should not be unpopular, because a lot of people argue that Spartan ended up helping rares just because of his massive rare hoarding. He has so many hordes. I'll leave a few here on the screen just for you to have a little bit of an idea. These are not all of his hordes, I'm just showcasing a few of them. Now for my next unpopular opinion, this is something that a lot of you guys are probably going to heavily disagree, but I believe that buying and selling items for real life cash should not be a bannable offense in Roblox. Unless of course the items are confirmed to have been stolen, but that doesn't matter if the items were sold for cash or traded, you know, it should be a bannable offense because you are knowingly trading for stolen items. Now for perspective, the company behind Counter-Strike also prohibits buying and selling items, but they just do not enforce that rule. Now adding on to this point, I feel like a lot of these items are not worth as much as they could be just because cashing out is not explicitly allowed in Roblox. It is something that they generally do not really care as much anymore, but even then there's still the risk of you getting terminated anytime they want to. If this cashing out rule were just not enforced, I'm not gonna lie bro, I could see a lot of items like double in price, especially these demand items like the super happy face Valkyrie. Now for my 7th opinion, and this also just ties down to the black market and, you know, selling items for real life cash, I feel like a lot of people are still stuck to the notion that Roblox is exclusively about peer-to-peer trading. Peer-to-peer being like where you directly trade items for items with other real people. But with the recent rise of real cash sales in Roblox, I feel like Roblox trading is about to become much more like Counter-Strike, and it's going to become a lot more about buying and reselling items in the black market for a profit, or just treating items as investments and holding items for longer periods of time in hopes of you profiting. You can ask a lot of people on the trading community. OnlyPixel, when he reacted to my video, he explicitly mentioned how CS2 trading was completely dead because no one trades. Like me as a Roblox trader, I've had a very hard time trying to trade on CS just because I did not know where to go.
I mean, the trading is not a thing anymore, bro. In Roblox, you need to trade because you get banned if you buy for cash. But in Counter-Strike, everybody just cash trades, you know, like buy something off marketplace, blah, blah, blah. Trading is dead. Trading is dead.
People generally just buy and resell items. They do not really trade anymore. So I feel like, unfortunately, Roblox is going to slowly walk down towards that path. Now let's go over to my penultimate opinion on this video. I do not think removing the trade hold would magically fix the issues with trading. I mean, of course, it does make trading a lot harder, much more slow paced, much more boring at times, but the meta for trading has already been reinvented, so going back I feel like would cause much worse than just good. And I know this may come off as very bad for some of you guys, but if I had to choose between completely removing the trade hold and adding more slots to trades, I would, without a shadow of a doubt, choose the latter. I am not even gonna lie to you, I would 100,000% take more trading slots over the end of the trade holding period. And I'm not gonna lie, I really want to know what you guys think about this specific point down here in the comments. And now to finish off this video with, you know, the golden key, my friends, I think there are multiple items worth less than 20,000 Robux right now with a lot of potential to be worth a lot more than their current values. And here are a few examples of a few items that I think would be super cool if they had more value. This is not market manipulation. I'm not going to include any item that I own in this list. I just want to talk about these items because I feel like they have been undervalued for a long while. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, those were my unpopular trading opinions. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for every single member of the YouTube channel. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys have been supporting me so much. I really appreciate the support. You guys are absolutely amazing. You have no idea how much you help me. And once again, if you want to talk about some unpopular opinions that you yourself have, please leave them down here in the comments. All right, join my Discord server, like and subscribe, and, you know, do all of that very juicy stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one.